Hi everyone, welcome back to Return of the Nerd. So in the last video we unboxed this guy here. This is Indiana Jones from the Temple of Doom, and I just had to kind of familiarize myself with all the Indy Jones movies. There's actually 4 of them, isn't there? So I went to YouTube and I watched all the trailers. So it goes Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is the one I watched as a kid in the movie theater, and then Temple of Doom. Number 3 is The Last Crusade. That's the one I haven't seen, but it's got Sean Connery as his father. And then number 4, so those first 3 movies came out all in one decade in the 80s. So, you know, Indiana Jones was kind of like the big franchise of the 80s that people were going crazy for. And and then you had to wait until 2008, and then the 4th one, which was about the Crystal Skull, and then jump forward again until this, like now, 2023, and we've got the Dial of Destiny. So it's like it's a bit like Star Wars, isn't it? It's like it's spanned many decades, and it's got a really big fan base, and they're all different from different generations and ages. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I like this guy. I put the machete at the back there I'll just turn it around. I managed to get it hooked into his belt. So he's got his belt is part of his body. So this one under here with the part that connects, you can't move that. But then his holster, which hangs just below the belt, that is flexible, and there's a tiny little gap. So if you wanted to poke his pistol or poke a knife in there, just put something in there, some accessory to make him look cool. So he's ready for action. He's tooled up. I mean, you can do that. So yeah, I like the bag. I mentioned that before, but I kind of getting a bit annoyed with these things here, like this. Like today, just setting up for this video, because I'm gonna open the Dial of Destiny figure. I was just trying to get him into a nice little pose so that when I do my intro, he looks cool. And then this thing just, now that I've been posing him, it gets looser and looser, and then it gets harder to stay in, and it just keeps popping out. So yeah, these are kind of fiddly and annoying. But anyway, enough said about that. And his hair, and he's nice. Doesn't he have hair on his chest? Never mind. Let's have a look at the new one today, the Dial of Destiny, because this is going to be, let me move my camera, 1 2 3 up. Look at that face. So this is coming very soon. I'm going to watch this movie. I'm not a big geek fan of Indiana Jones. I did love the first movie so much. For me, these are just really fun adventure movies, and I don't take them too seriously. Yeah, so I think that it's kind of weird though. The second wave, you have a mix of figures. Wasn't the boy? I can't remember his name, but he was in. Was he in the second movie? And I remember Club Obi-Wan in that second movie, and he's wearing a tuxedo, which, by the way, that's a figure too. You can get that. That's an exclusive. So there are a couple of... She's in the new movie, right? She's in the Dial of Destiny. So this whole wave, I think, is just a mix. I thought that Hasbro would just wave 1, this is from the first film, and then wave 2, this is from the second film, and then so on and so forth. But they're not doing that. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then, yeah, the artifact, you have to build the this skull here. So yesterday we opened up the Temple of Doom, and we got the bottom half of the jaw. It's quite big, actually. So I don't know what's in this one. We'll have to take a look, and I will pose him like I did on the last video, because that's my favorite thing to do. And yeah, I'm just wondering about his face sculpt. Does it really look like Harrison Ford? I mean, I think so far, the face sculpt, the ones that I've seen have been pretty good. I've only opened Harrison Ford figures, and they all look, I think they're good enough, to pass. So I didn't like the fact that his hat didn't come off, because if you spend a lot of money on a digital face sculpt, you want to take the hat off and have a look at the hairline and all the detail on the hair as well. That's all part of that's part of the head sculpt, isn't it? at the end of the day, so never mind. Right, I'm gonna get this guy open. Where is my pink? Oh, here it is. I thought I'd lost it. My pink box cutter. Right, let's go to work. Right, box is open. Got my sachets at the ready. I was wondering how. I was looking for the instructions. Like, how do we put this artifact together? They're on the inside of the cardboard here. Look, so it shows you how to assemble it. Oh, that looks cool. On the top, there's like a big cobra snake that goes on the top of it, and then I think the eyes are luminous. I hope so, or they glow in the dark at least. I don't know, but it looks kind of cool. Right, so let's open up. Let's do the accessories first. I like the accessories bag because you know that Star Wars Black Series isn't hardly ever any accessories, so I always find that the most exciting part. Oh my God, that backpack is amazing. Wait, let's just make sure there's nothing else in there. All right, clear. This looks bloody awesome. That backpack. Let me get this in focus. Doink. Wow, look at that. That looks like he's got like a hammer, he's got some rope, he's got like all his toolkit in there, and that looks really nice. It's kind of a hard plastic, and then this reminds me a little bit of Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, from last year, the Kenobi series, or Tiburon Station. He comes with a backpack, and the straps remind me of I think they're probably like the same style. Oh, that will look good on him. And then what else we got here? We got yes, this is brilliant. Let me get it in focus. Oh, look at that. We've got the Cobra, man. So this goes on top of the skull. And this is a much softer plastic. There's a lot of detail on this. Is really cool. You can see all the fangs and right into the mouth. Oh man, I love this. I have to get a lot of people have been complaining. They're like, I don't want to buy the whole set. Why do I need the artifact? But I think the artifacts look cool. It's not BAF. It's not build a figure. It's build a thing, an artifact. So it's like the first wave is the Ark of the Covenant, which looks fantastic because the figures can actually carry it. And then this one is the skull. I think Hasbro made the right decision there with you know, giving you all the extra stuff and building an artifact instead of building another figure. We got his Indy's flashlight, which is, I didn't expect it to be all silver. It's all one color. That could have been done a little bit better, because the 3D rendered image on the box does not look like this at all, I don't think. So let's just get a little close up of that. Yeah, it's just like silver all the way around. There's not too much detail on it, so that could have been done better. The rope, his whip, let me have a look. Where's the other one? Come here. Now this is more like it. You remember in my last video I was talking about how it would be better if the circumference, like if there was like more space so that you could put this over his shoulder, because that's kind of an iconic way that he carries his whip, and not just hanging down from his trouser belt. So now you've got two choices. You can mix and match. It doesn't matter. You can use this with the Dial of Destiny figure. Who cares? And so I think that's good. Oh look, I can see there's a little hole here. So obviously that's going to pop into his shoulder maybe. We'll see. I have to look at the figure. But this one's way bigger. I mean, it's much bigger. Look at the size difference between these two. That's awesome, man. And like a totally different color as well. So I think his clothing is going to be a much darker brown instead of like that kind of light safari beige brown that we see with the Temple of Doom figures. Yeah. Right, let me get my camera sorted out. Right, 1, 2, 3, we're going to go up again. And I'm going to put the box in the background. Wait a second. Hold. Let's put that there. Yeah, because can you see like the flashlight is really dark? It's silver on the front, right? But then it's dark. But when you take it out, it's all silver. So that's a bit lazy on the paint job there. Yeah, look at the jacket. Look at the jacket. Oh, and the face sculpt. Yes, that is very nice. Hat does not come off. Ah, come on, give me a removable hat, please, Hasbro, please. I was watching someone else's video the other day, and they had Kazim, and they unboxed him, and he has this beautiful red fez and this pinstripe suit, and I was like, ah, it'd be so wonderful. That fez has to come off. Nope, the fez is stuck down to his head as well. Right, this is totally the same as the one before, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a close-up again. Yeah, there you go. Let me have a look at the one on the other. It's, oh, okay, no, it's not the same. It's not the same. I stand corrected. Let me hold this so that you can all see. There you go. Let me zoom in on that. Right, so the one for the Dial of Destiny is like twice the size. And also the strap is much longer and is a much darker brown. I think like with the details on it are like kind of the same. Yeah, like all the little creases and there we go. Like that's kind of the same. Oh, will you get in focus? Thank you. Like, can you see here? Like it's almost it's identical, but it's just ever so big. It's just slightly bigger. And then look. So okay, all right then. I thought it was going to be the same. And then I was preparing to go rah and get angry again. No, just joking. The jacket, yeah, man, this is it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful jacket. It's nice, soft plastic, not too hard. Maybe I can use his hand, and he can be like holding the collar and just like going to whip his jacket off. Nice. I do like the paint on this one. I haven't seen the first Indiana Jones figure from that first wave, so I don't know, is this exactly the same, or are there some slight tiny differences? So there's the back. Man, look at all the crinkles and the creases, and I love it. It really looks like leather. It's fantastic. Look, there's like scuff marks and patches, and because you know Indy's he's an action hero, so he needs some clothing that can withstand some serious damage. I mean, I just watched the trailer for which one was it? The Crystal Skull 2008, and he's like leaping from one car to another car and like jumping off cliffs, and it's kind of like every movie is like the same. It's like James Bond. There's always an indie format, like you know that this is going to happen and this is going to happen. So I guess like the Dial of Destiny will just follow that same format. Ooh, looking nice. 360. All right, I'm going to get this guy posed, and then I can give you a much more in-depth, like debriefing. I can give you a debrief. Oh, that's nice. I like the way his jacket flares out at the bottom. It's like he's just jumped off the cliff. He's like, "Follow me!" Yeah, and they're like, "No!" And what is this crazy guy doing? Look at that. That's nice. Yeah, it's cool. All right, I'm gonna get this guy posed. Right, 3, 2, 1. Action. Okay, right, I'm back. That's 2 down, 27 more indies to go. No, just kidding. This guy here, I just figured out why he has the machete, because there's a scene where they're crossing the bridge, and it's just like this really makeshift wooden bridge, and the bad guys are chasing him on, I think, both sides. They get stuck in the middle, and he just like cuts all the ropes, and the bridge falls apart, and they all end up hanging off the cliff. So that's quite an iconic scene. And yeah, his pistol looks really good in his hand, because this guy has a finger trigger, you know. So the torch, actually, the flashlight looks good on him, but what looks better is this guy, the Temple of Doom. His pistol looks way better in the Dial of Destiny Indy's hand, because he's got a proper trigger hand. So I just think the hand on this one's much better. And yeah, I like all the accessories. It's kind of hard for him to stand up when he's got a backpack on. The backpack is a little bit on the heavy side, because it's made of a hard plastic here, and it kind of pulls him back. But I got him into some really cool positions. Yeah, and I just appreciate that these figures are coming with so many different accessories. So I think I'm just going to collect all of the indies and just grab as many accessories as I can, and then I can use them on my other action figures as well. So yeah, I think my favorite thing about the one I had today is probably, I think, just his leather jacket. I love this leather jacket. It's a shame that you can't take it off, right? I mean, you can, but then you'd have like the shirt color, and the sleeves are his jacket color, so that'll look weird. And yeah, I was really surprised that his gun like didn't really fit very well in the Temple of Doom figure, but fit really well in this guy, because this hand, I think, is just for him to punch and for him to hold the machete, and that's it. So maybe this is just for show. They figured out, where's that lovely, oh, here he is. This is gorgeous, the whip, absolutely gorgeous. And what they've done is, because on the first indie over here that I unpackaged, it has that little hook, and then you can never get it to stay on. But this one, they've just put the peg on, instead of having the hole on his belt, they put the peg on the belt. Okay, so let me get the close-up of this one. Doink. So you can see the peg is actually on the belt for this indie, Dial of Destiny, and then you just get it's quite easy to do, you get that and just squeeze it on. Yeah. Oh no, wait, hold. Action, take 2. Let's see if I can do this now. Cooperate. Right, just push that on. Yeah. Okay, not bad. Yes. So now that just rests on his left thigh. I think it looks better than the Temple of Doom. There you go. That's a good shot. Alright, so this looks, I think that's a much better idea and less complicated, and it's more likely to stay on his belt and not fall off. Because once you actually do get it on, it's very, you know, it's very good. It won't come out. But this one here, because he's got this thingamajig here, this only stays on for like about, I don't know, like 30 seconds, and it just pop, and then it comes out. So I prefer the other design. But yeah, pretty cool, huh? I'm gonna have to get more of these Indiana Jones figures. I've got the exclusive ones, so I think the next indie I'm gonna open is probably going to be Club Obi-Wan. Let's have a look at this up here. I think probably the next one I'm gonna open is Club Obi-Wan, and maybe the Kazim. Some of those exclusive figures look really interesting. And yeah, by the way, the 3D rendered images on these boxes look, I don't think they look anything like the figures, especially the faces. I mean, like it just doesn't look the same. And so I always just ignore this. I'm happy with this. I like this. I think this looks really good. But like, I don't really trust these rendered images, so it's going to be good when Hasbro puts the windows back in again, because then you can just see for yourself what the face is going to look like. Okay, that's it for today. we are going to take a little break with Indiana Jones figures, and then we'll come back and do Star Wars again. And I'm just going to mix it up because I'm going to have G.I. Joe on the channel as well. So I'm just waiting for that new G.I. Joe wave to come in as well. G.I. Joe Classified. And I'll probably open up that wave too. So I'm pretty much doing videos almost every single day now. Alright guys, subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.